My older sister's boyfriend confessed his feelings to me. I, 17 female, have an older sister, 21 female, who I'll call B. B has a boyfriend, 21 male, who I'll call J. Just like I said in the title, J has confessed that he has feelings for me, and he said that he has had them for a long time. Just to clarify, J and B have been together for almost a year, and I've known J because my sister had a huge crush on him when they were in high school. I was really happy for her when she told me they were dating, and since my sister still lives at home with her parents, Jay has been over a lot of times for dinner or just to hang out with my sister. During our first time meeting, B brought him home to meet the family. I didn't try to be overly friendly with him, but I was nice to him. My sister told me later that he thought I was a bit cold to him and asked me to be nice, so every other time I saw him, I was nice. I greeted him, talked with him about several topics we had in common like anime, which we were both huge fans of, and I thought he was really cool, but that was it. I had no interest in him romantically and just saw him as my sister's boyfriend. But just yesterday, during a Halloween party that our family was having with friends and family, Jay obviously came as my sister's date. I was having a lot of fun, and I remember Jay coming up to me and asked if I could help him get drinks from the fridge that were in the garage. On the way there, we were talking about our costumes and how they matched as they were from the same anime. Before we returned to the house, he grabbed my hand and told me he had something to say. He then confessed to me that he had a crush on me and that he was first hoping that his feelings for me would go away with time, but he felt like every day he came to our house, his feelings would grow. He also said he can't stop thinking about me. I felt uncomfortable as he spoke and asked what about my sister and their relationship, and he said that he loves my sister, but he loves me more than her.
No.
And he said that he was sorry for having feelings for me when I'm still a minor and he's an adult, and just that he felt he had to let me know. I was quiet and he looked at me like he was awaiting my answer. I told him that I don't have feelings for him, and I think that him confessing to me will ruin the friendly relationship between us, and I told him I'd tell my sister because I didn't want her to misunderstand. He begged me not to tell my sister because he still wanted to date her, and I told him that he can't date someone that he doesn't have feelings for, and I ran back to the house to try to find my sister. I found her and she immediately asked where I was. I pulled her aside while telling her that there was something she had to know, and we went to the bathroom and I told her what Jay had told me. She looked at me silently for a few seconds before going outside, and I followed her and saw her take Jay away by the hand as they went up to her room. I couldn't focus on the party anymore, and I kept looking to see if Jay would leave the house, but he didn't leave. Even after the party was beginning to end, they were still up there. I found them cuddling on her bed, and immediately she saw me. She told me to get out of her room, and I was confused, and I asked what I had done. She told me that she's always known that I was jealous of her relationship with Jay, and that she couldn't believe I'd go as far as lying about Jay confessing to me, and said Jay was an adult and I was a child, and whatever obsession I had with Jay should end. Then she told my mom a whole other story that Jay had apparently told her. Apparently, Jay told my sister that we were talking about anime in the garage while getting more drinks, and I began to confess how I liked him from the moment I saw him, and that he tried to reject me nicely, but I ran off to tell B and told her a completely different story just to make Jay look bad. I tried to defend myself, but for some reason, my mother sided with B and dragged me out of her room. My mother then told my dad what B had told her, and my father was confused, but he at least listened to my side of the story. But my mom didn't believe me. She even called my aunts who were there and began to tell them, and they were all telling me how wrong I was for trying to break up my sister's relationship. B also came down with Jay and escorted Jay out before coming back to tell me that I have always tried to get everything from her, and she knew one day I tried to steal her boyfriend. My mom and aunts shamed me for it. Only my dad believed me. I have been upset about it, and both my mom and sister are ignoring me. I also cried a lot to my dad, telling him the story over and over, hoping that he doesn't get lied to by my sister. I sent a text to Jay telling him that he was a horrible person and told him how I couldn't believe he lied to my family, and he sent a screenshot to my sister, and just a few minutes ago, she yelled at me for still trying to ruin her relationship and for being obsessed and jealous of her. I was crying. I just want to know what I should do to prove my innocence. It feels so horrible to be accused of such a thing, and I'm not talking to anyone in my house, and I've been locked in my room.
Oh my God.
This is so sad. Jay sucks. I hate him.
I'm at a loss for words. It's so sad. It's like, oh, like who believes a boy over their sister?
I know. It's so hard because I feel like there's not really anything that she can do.
There's literally nothing she can do.
Yeah, other than try to talk to her sister and keep explaining the truth, and hopefully one day the sister will believe her. It's crazy that the mom also just jumped to believe the sister.
Gonna talk about the mom.
It's so sad.
Can we talk about how dramatic and rude the mom is to like go out of her way to bring all the aunts into her daughter's drama at a family party?
I know. So problematic. And Jay is 21. She's 17. She's underage.
They said that in the story.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't even know what to say. I'm actually at a loss for words for that because it's like heartbreaking to think about the sister, and I can't even fathom immediately believing someone that I've only known for less than a year over my sibling, and not even maybe kind of hearing them out, not asking for like the truth from him and being like, come on, you got to tell me, just immediately falling for it. Makes you think there's something else going on there.
Yeah, I think that, well, we don't know if there's any reason why the parents and the sister potentially don't believe OP. Maybe there's a reason why they're not believing her that we don't know. But I think it's one of those things where in the moment, there's not really anything that she can do except for talk to her sister and try to be level-headed and explain to her where she's coming from. Try to get the sister to believe her. And if she doesn't, it's so sad, but they're going to remain dating until something else comes up. Obviously, Jay sucks.
First of all, Jay is a problem in and of himself. To say, I love her, but I love you more. I'm sorry, but you don't love someone if you are like going behind their back doing these things. You don't do that to someone you love. So Jay just sounds like this little naive child to begin with. He doesn't know what he wants. Anyway, for him to say he's going to keep dating the sister and he has feelings for OP. If all of this is true, like all of those facts, he can't be happy either. Like,
No.
Can he really truly be happy dating the sister if he really has feelings for OP? He's going to leave her eventually and
Exactly.
the truth's going to come to light. It just sucks that we have to wait for it to come out on Jay's terms.
Yeah, I think that obviously the relationship is going to end. Jay is not meant to be with the sister and things will work out how they should. It might just take a long time, which is hard to hear, but I think that's what's true. And yeah, OP just has to be
Strong.
the bigger person. Yeah.
Just stay strong with her entire family, like judging and hating on her.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it couldn't hurt to maybe try to talk to the mom and the sister separately one more time each this week. After a few days, maybe let things settle. Try to talk to them, be level-headed. If they don't believe you, you need to just stop talking about it because it's just going to take time, but the truth will reveal itself eventually.
It's so interesting to think that they would, even as adults, like the mother would immediately believe the younger boyfriend. And I know you said that you're right. We don't know if there is a reason that they don't believe OP because maybe OP has a history of lying. I don't know. But the dad believed OP. So there's got to be some sort of truth or some reason that the dad's listening and not just, oh, OP's a chronic liar. We never believe OP, because why would the dad play into it at that point? There's got to be, I don't know, kind of sounds like sister gets her drama from her mother and something's going on in this house. I don't want to be a part of it.
True. Yeah, it sucks. But like we said, I think the truth will come out eventually and you just have to wait for it to happen and then move on.
Fingers crossed for OP.
I know.
And like, I'm sorry, sister, but you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Kelly, if you ever believe a boy over me. And Kelly and I have had our fair share. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I've had my fair share of Aaron's boyfriends coming to me and confessing their feelings to me. Yeah. And they were kicked right out the door, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Every single one
Blood
of them.
is thicker than water, baby.
Bros before hoes, chicks before dicks, baby.
Sisters before misters. Yeah, so check yourself, sister of
Don't
OP.
you forget it.
B stands for bitch. Good luck, OP. Next up,